Welcome to our show, Guest of the Week, hosted by Jay Sani and broadcasted by Diversity TV and Alta TV. Today in our show, we have our guest, Dan Johnston, also known as Can Man Dan. Welcome to our show, Dan.
Hey, well, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited. My first time.
Yeah. So, tell me something about yourself, Dan. You are helping a lot of people in our community. You're working as a social activist and also as a community organizer.
Yeah, well, I guess if you believe the rumors, that's what I do. I'm kind of this crazy megalomaniac who wants to take over the world slowly but surely. I'm kidding. I'm very sarcastic. No, what I do is I help build my city and my province. And I do that by going to, I guess if you want to call it the lowest common denominator, whether that's, people who are homeless, low-income families, single parents, people who are on the verge of being homeless, and just people who are kind of living paycheck to paycheck. So what I do for them is I give them, say, food, no questions asked, and I give them clothing, and I give them care packages, and I give them toys for Christmas, and just kind of everything in between. But the most important thing I do is raise a lot of food, a lot of money, a lot of resources for people, charities in need. So whether it's the Edmonton Food Bank or, oh goodness, a lot of charities in Edmonton and across the province. You can go on my Wikipedia, I'm sure, and search it up.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of losing my mind right now because I'm so excited to be here on Alta TV with Jay. And when it comes down to it, I do what I can to invest in my community and make sure that it's functioning because I feel like I have a responsibility. Because you know this, I grew up very poor. A lot of strangers took care of me and my family when I was growing up. So I feel like it's my responsibility to keep that ball rolling.
So, what motivated you, to help people in need, people who want some help, with having something to eat and drink in the community? What motivated you to do that?
Well, it's because I grew up like that. Single parents, two growing boys. We very, very, very low income. We were living in poverty. We were under the poverty line, and it was tough. We lived in low income housing. It was tough to pay, the power bill or the phone bill, any of the bills. It was tough to pay for. So we relied on various, social services to take care of just me and my family, whether it was the food bank or maybe the community league initiatives, the Green Shack, welfare, et cetera, et cetera. We relied on so many services from the government, whether it's provincial or federal, that I just felt, the government doesn't know who I am. I mean, think about this. You have the Canadian government, they have no idea who the Johnstones are, right? So many people living in Canada, but yet they took care of us. And it was special.
Do you have some special programs, to help people do some types of, events like that? How do you connect with them? Like someone, like there are some non-profit organization to work with so that people know that, these types of events are happening and you will be a part of it?
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of people have social media these days. I think it's like 1 in 7 have Facebook on the entire planet. So a lot of people follow me on Facebook. And a lot of these nonprofits and charities say, you know what, we have nothing to offer you today, but you know what, Can Man Dan, who works with us, might have something for you. So say they go to, a women's shelter, and they say, you know what, we're actually out of food, but hey, we know Can Man Dan always does stuff like this. Here's his card, give him a call, right? So I just try to help, the parts of the community that people forgot about. And a lot of that doesn't come with, television cameras like on we're talking to now.
Yeah.
It just comes, at a call at 11:30 a.m. on a Tuesday afternoon. It's just people who need the help, have nowhere else to go. So I'm there to help them out. That's what I do.
Congrats, Dan, for being selected as one of the award winners for top 40 and under 40.
That's right. Top 40, under 40.
Under 40.
Yes.
So I would like to say something about that.
Well, it's a great honor. I mean, we have a lot of people. I mean, I'm only 31, and the award goes up to 40. And it recognizes people who are under the age of 40 who give back to their city in some sort of way or uh, avenue. But for me to get the award is incredibly humbling because I never started my whole initiative to get accolades or awards or attention or interviews on Alta TV. What it comes down to is I just did it because people did that for me. So when I get recognized and I get little awards like this here and there, it makes me really feel special. But it makes me work even harder because I know there's an issue, there's a problem, and things. As we always want to say, all these political parties say, hey, things are getting better. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Maybe I'm just not seeing it because I'm with kind of the lowest common denominator, as they want to say. People used to call me that. But you know what? I'm out in the trenches every day, and I'm hearing the stories. So once those problems go away, then I'll go away, and that's fingers crossed.
What do you think about future of in Edmonton? How you'll be able to help homeless people here? Have you some plans for that?
Well, I have my plans, and whether that comes through being elected in politics or whether that comes through just sitting down with the people who make our policies and the change makers and stuff. I have my plan, but right now the city has their plan as well. If we're just talking Edmonton in general, they have their 10-year plan to end homelessness, and it's just a bit over now, or so we're saying, but at least they're on the ball, and I can appreciate that. So, I mean, as long as, Mayor Iveson will listen, or my city councilor will listen, or my MLA will listen, that's how I make change. I knock on their door, I send them emails, I really make things known about what I'm feeling. And as a voter, that's what people should be doing, right?
What do you think about politics? And if new government comes, they'll be helping. They'll be helping people here in Edmonton, or
well, now we're getting into politics, and this is just based on what I've seen, what I've read, who I've talked to. I think if Jason Kenney comes into power, I don't think he's going to be helping a lot of people because he's going to be cutting a lot of services. A lot of social services to balance the budget because we know the NDP has misspent a few dollars here and there, which they have, to be fair. But once Jason Kenney comes in and we're talking about flat taxes and things like that, and he's going to accomplish that by cutting services and maybe issuing a flat tax, and his whole plan right now doesn't make sense, and that's okay because they're still building towards it. And I hope to God, the last thing I want is a political party to flourish in the amount of money that they're getting, and actual residents, actual voters diminish because it's too busy focused on a party, right? So hopefully one of the governments sees it, and I think it's going to be, I think it might come down to a city level. People like Iveson and Nenshi.
You would like to say something to our viewers for, about the people, how do you help them, and some message for our viewers on.
Yeah, I mean, if you need help, you can Facebook me, you can Twitter, email, phone me, whatever you like. I don't always have my warehouse, which is my basement, stocked up, but if I do, I'll be more than happy to give it to you. And I guess since we started talking about voting, which is a very important thing, make sure you vote and make sure you get out there and question the MLA running your area. Say, hey, I'm a low-income family. What are you going to do for me? Question your city councilors. I'm a low-income family. What can you do for me? And hopefully they don't lie to you. And I'm not saying they do because we have a lot of great politicians. But, just beware of the same spiel you've been getting. And because we need change. And if we don't change, we die, right?
You're right. Thank you so much, Dan, for coming to our show. And keep watching us on our weekly show, Guest of the Week, hosted by Jay Sani and broadcasted by Diversity Magazine and Alta TV. See you next week.